Hi Taurus, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading. Hope you guys are all well. I am going to take a second to remind you that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every Taurus out there. So guys, take what resonates for you and just simply leave the rest for someone else. Remember, the energies can reverse. So if it is resonating, Taurus, you get in where you fit in, but don't force yourself into a reading that's not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Taurus? Taurus. All right, Taurus, you are starting out with Temperance. You have the Empress in the reverse, and you have the Five of Cups in the reverse. All right, so I do feel like you've gone through a lot here. There has been a sense here of you having gone through possibly a time when you were very distraught. There was a loss that occurred in your life. You were so deeply immersed in that pain and in that ending that I do feel like you were unable to see love around you. It was like it was hiding from you. There is a sense here, Taurus, of you having pulled back, you know, not really giving your focus and attention to outside events right now. You could be kind of questioning your value, your self-worth a little bit. So make sure that you kind of attend to that area, because there is a little bit of a poverty mindset, and it's directly related to this loss that you went through. There's a sense here of just, you having gone through so much, but you've learned a lot from this. All right, and I do feel like you are now opening your heart back up to love. Why? Well, because you are healing. You're reaching a state of balance here. So I do feel like you've gone through a lot, but you're still not completely out of it, but you've done so much healing. So let's see who's in your energy. Show me who is in Taurus energy, please. All right, the person in your energy has the Eight of Cups. Justice, you could be dealing with a Libra. The Hermit, you might be dealing with a Virgo. So the person in your energy may have walked away from this connection. If so, I do feel like they are also seeking balance as well. They've been looking for answers. So they've kind of been quiet. They've been isolating a little bit. They've gone within to try to find the answers, to try to put, the situation back into balance, to bring justice to the situation. Let me see the energy between Taurus and this person. For some reason, I'm getting a message that this is somebody who works at night. I don't know where that's coming from or why, but that's what I'm hearing. Might be confirmation for somebody. Show me the energy between Taurus and this person. Some stagnant energy, I can tell you that. All right, so we have the Four of Pentacles and the High Priestess. So you might be feeling a little bit trapped in this situation. I feel like you're kind of guarded with this person. You want balance, but there's a sense here of being trapped. Holding on to something that is trapping you. Trying to heal something that is imprisoning you, binding you. With the High Priestess, this person is keeping a lot of secrets. There's an energy of secrets. And I will tell you this as well, Taurus. There's something about this connection. Like, you seem bigger than life, and they feel diminished somehow by your successes. But they don't tell you this. There's almost a sense of jealousy that's here. They're feeling somehow diminished in your eyes. But they don't tell you this. Let me see what's affecting this connection. Ace of Cups and the Six of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, you're not nurturing this person at this time. I feel like you used to. There was a very nurturing energy here at one point, but now you're kind of holding back. You're feeling like this is a situation that's not growing. It's almost become a prison for you, and yet you're still trying to heal it and still trying to balance it out. I do feel like there is somebody who has told you, look, Taurus, this is not going anywhere, but you're not listening to that person. Ace of Cups, that's a new beginning in love. So this person may be trying to balance this out or trying to decide if they should. Show me the outcome for Taurus. The Three of Cups. Now that can mean a lot of things, so we're going to clarify it. It could mean a reunion, a second chance at this connection. It could also be you going out, beginning to date, opening yourself back up to love. So we'll clarify that just to see, because it could literally go either way. Bottom of the deck is the Sun card. You might be dealing with a Leo, but as an underlying energy, this is you beginning to see clearly, seeking your own happiness, which is very good. I'm seeing Virgo energy, Libra energy, and Scorpio energy as well. So let's clarify. Spirit, why is Temperance here? For Taurus, why is Temperance here? Ooh, Ten of Swords. Yeah, that's harsh energy. Wheel of Fortune reversed, and the King of Cups. So Taurus, you love this person, but you feel a little bit trapped. There's definitely stuck energy. I said that when I was pulling the cards, and that stuck energy is surrounded by betrayal. This is what you're trying to heal, but you're trying to heal it because you do love this person. So let me see the Empress in reverse for Taurus. Show me the Empress reversed. Ace of Pentacles. And the Four of Cups in the reverse. You feel like this person has disrespected you. You're wondering if the time for this connection is over, if it's over and done. Incidentally, there's somebody who's giving you financial advice, and if you don't listen to that advice, that's what's going to bring the money. Somebody's going to give you bad advice on money, so be careful with that. Their advice could literally lead to poverty, so be careful where you're investing your money. Any event, I do feel that even though you're not currently nurturing this connection, you would like a new beginning, but you want that new beginning to be stable. And right now you feel as if it's not balanced. There's not an equal give and take here. You're feeling shut down. You're feeling disrespected. And I do feel like there's been a lot of things that's occurred. This doesn't look like a short-term connection. There's been a lot of time that's gone by. So you're wondering, is this as good as it gets, you know? Let me see the Five of Cups reversed for Taurus. Show me the Five of Cups reversed for Taurus. Page of Cups reversed, and the Two of Pentacles. Was this person perhaps juggling you and someone else? Because that's what it's looking like. Like this person might have been juggling you and someone else, and you have feelings for this person, obviously, because you love this person. That whatever was going on with someone else, you believe has ended here. And so you may be willing to give this person a second chance, but only if they're going to bring in this stable, balanced energy. Let me look at their energy. Let's see. Because right now I feel like you're kind of holding back your feelings and emotions. You're not really giving to the connection a lot. And you're kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out. So let me look at their energy. Why is the Eight of Cups here? The Tower reversed. The Magician in reverse. Yeah, this person can be a little bit manipulative. I do feel like they were keeping secrets. They were manipulating this situation, and they were doing so in order to prevent a Tower moment. they may have, that tower moment may have come for some of you anyway, and if so, this person wants to rebuild things with you. But I definitely feel like this is someone who walked away from the connection, but didn't fully walk away. It was almost like there was a manipulation. It was like they were keeping all these secrets. So it's almost like they emotionally walked away, but possibly not physically. They were keeping secrets and manipulating the situation so that there wouldn't be this tower moment for them. But I don't see them really giving to you. Let me see justice. You might be dealing with a Gemini or a Scorpio. Why is Justice card here? Knight of Swords reversed. Yeah, and the Emperor in reverse. Aries energy. This person is trying to control the situation, Taurus. They're not being truthful. They withhold communication. It's like they are trying to balance this situation out and appear like they're being the good guy in the situation. But in effect, what they're doing is they're manipulating, keeping secrets, not telling the truth. They're trying to control the situation. But the situation's still going to spin out of control because they're not communicating honestly. So let me see the Hermit. This is somebody who's very used to getting their way. You know, the Emperor in reverse is somebody who's not always very faithful either in their relationships. Show me the Hermit. Show me the Hermit. Yeah, Four of Wands and the Page of Pentacles reverse. So this person was trying to figure out what they should do. They were doing a lot of soul searching, and what they chose to do, and I see it in both your energy, is that they chose to get rid of whoever this secret love was. They had a secret love. That they were keeping to themselves, keeping secret, trying to control the situation, manipulating stuff. It's like they were acting single even though they were not single. Four of Wands here. You might be married to this person. So they started trying to figure out, well, what am I going to do here? Because I feel like you were pulling away from them. You were deciding that, hey, this connection isn't working out. You pulled away. You weren't nurturing it. You weren't giving to it. It was like it was drying up. It was withering. And so this person dropped the new person that they were juggling you with in order to stay in the connection. Let me see. Show me the energy between Taurus and this person. All right, we have the Sun. We have the Two of Cups in the reverse. And we have the Six of Pentacles reverse. Yeah, so something was brought to light. Something was brought to light, the secrets. And the secrets, again, had to do with the juggling. I see it in your energy down here. I see it in their energy. So they're no longer juggling, but they're still trying to manipulate the situation. They were stepping out on you. It came to light. It came out. It was a light was shone on it. You were threatening to release this person, to let them go. You were not on the same page, and yet you still maintained the connection. You held on to it because you do love this person, but you did feel very betrayed. So you set about trying to heal this connection, but there's a lot of stuck energy. I'm also showing that to the outside world, you both appear to be very happy, but internally you're feeling very trapped because you know you're not on the same page. And they were juggling. They were juggling. So I do feel that I feel like they're very unbalanced right now. They feel as if too many people want too many things from them. And I also feel like they are manipulating the situation to try to keep this tower moment at bay. So let me see what's affecting the connection. you know, we have both the Emperor and the Empress here. This could be a karmic connection that you're involved. They're both in the reverse, and that generally is a karmic connection, which would explain why you're holding on to it, but at the same time feeling trapped. All right, so we have the Chariot, we have Judgment, and we have the Star card in the reverse, sign of Aquarius, Leo energy here as well. So what's affecting the connection is this reconciliation, this coming back together. It's not balanced. It's not on a balanced level, and it's because it directly relates to this person in your energy. This person could travel a lot. This could be where they're coming in with that juggling energy, but I do feel like it's definitely not a balanced connection. And I do feel that with the Chariot here, you're trying to move on from this energy of disrespect. You're trying to take the lessons with you, but you're really not feeling the love, it looks like. So you're expecting this person to come towards you in an upright manner and to be faithful and to move this forward with this reconciliation, but it's unbalanced because that's not what you're receiving. And in their energy, their emotions are all over the place. They're very unhealed. There's this Ace of Cups that's coming in, which is this new beginning. So I will tell you that whatever the public image is for this person is important to them. It's important to them how they appear, and possibly to you as well. But they're definitely, so they're trying to come across as, oh, this is love. This is, you know, balance, everything's balanced, but in reality, this person is trying to control the scenario and they're not being honest. Their emotions are all over the place and they're very unhealed. And they're aware that this connection is also unhealed as well, even though it's coming together. So it's almost like there's a lot of pretense that's here. This is a karmic lesson that's taking place for both of you. Let me see the bottom energy. Show me the Three of Cups. Three of Pentacles reversed. Three of Swords reversed. The Page of Wands. Wow. Okay. So in your outcome, this is going to initially come back together. There's going to be a reconciliation. You're going to try to move this forward. They're going to try to heal this. On the outside, it's going to look really good. But on the inside, you're both, you know, going through a lot of trauma over the things that have taken place and have never been fully dealt with. Ultimately, what's going to happen is that it's going to lead to a dissolution of this foundation. There's third-party energy written all over this. I don't think it's on your side, Taurus. It looks like it's on their side. The foundation is going to crumble because it hasn't been built on a solid foundation. It's going to be a very painful experience. This person's going to juggle again. And even though it's very painful, you're going to start to heal. You're going to find your balance and you're going to start dating. This person's energy, they are either going with somebody new or returning to someone new that they have not been talking to, that they may have actually ghosted in order to try to repair this connection. But right now, by the end of the week, I see this coming back together. Ultimately, into the future, it's going to dissolve. It's going to dissolve because it's not built on a solid foundation. So bottom of the deck is the Seven of Cups. That's underlying energy. And Taurus, what that is indicating to me is that there is some confusion about what it is that you're seeing here. There's some confusion with regard to, you know, what it will take to become happy in this situation. You have options that would make you happy. But you're very confused about which of those options, which of those directions you should go in. So there needs to be some clarity. All right, I'm going to pull an oracle card, pulling for Taurus. All right, Taurus, you have number 29, and it says, discover your life purpose. So Hold on just one moment and I will read that for you. Yeah, this is a very complex reading, Taurus. You know, only take it if it applies to you. All right, start asking yourself, what is the meaning of your life? As a soul who is having a physical experience, you are here to grow and learn. You're being asked to immerse yourself in this life by expanding, stretching, and understanding your reasons for being here. Nothing is impossible for a soul who is following her or his destiny. Your guides, angels, and higher self are constantly communicating with you through signs, feelings, people, books, etc. Follow your hunches. You're being given an important guidance, which may show up via a strong feeling to travel somewhere, to speak to someone, attend a seminar, write, paint, etc. No matter how far-fetched your inner guidance is, you need to listen. Your soul's purpose includes a combination of experiences that your mind doesn't understand, but that your soul needs to process, to learn, and grow. Some of these experiences will be enjoyable and heightened. Others will be challenging and cause you to struggle. But through them, you'll know yourself. Give yourself permission to focus on what really makes your heart sing and put your intensity of emotion into attracting what you desire. All right, Taurus, I hope that this has been helpful. This is a very complex reading, so it may even be, you know, for only a few people out there. Either way, I hope it's been helpful. If you've resonated with this reading, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Hype the video if you get the opportunity. And until I see you in your next reading, Taurus, know that you are loved, and namaste.